When Dean Hollier won the first race around the cemetery circuit back in 1951 on his Triumph Grand Prix machine, he couldn't have known that 60 plus years later we'd still be here racing. For a lot of New Zealand motorcycle enthusiasts, Christmas isn't complete without a trip to the famous river city of Wanganui. There's no doubt about it, the best New Zealand riders were here, but there's also no doubt about that the star of the show was Guy Martin. Not only for his exploits on the TT course in the Isle of Man, but also for his BBC One show, The Boat That Guy Built. We took time to catch up with this superstar. Your original thoughts when you first saw Wanganui, probably 8 years ago. I mean, you kind of knew what you're up against this time, but it hasn't changed in 60 years.
No. It's the same as some of the stuff in Ireland. Yeah, street racing. It's just, more manual covers. There's a crowd, how well it's supported, and it's on Boxing Day, which makes it even better. Similar to the stuff we do, similar.
But I guess it's not as fast overall as like Ulster Grand Prix or something like that.
No. As you know, like the Ulster Grand Prix we're lapping now. Well, that'd be 132 mile an hour we're doing that. So I don't know what's that in K's. It's fast, isn't it? It's fast. But then we go and race at the Cookstown, which is a national road racing island, and it's every bit as tight as this. I knew from being here in 2005 how fast everyone was, so I'd know. Yeah, it's not a shock. Everyone's quick. But then, if they came and raced in my backyard, it's horses for courses, isn't it? Hey, and I just think I feel dead safe racing with everyone. I want to be a bit further up, so hopefully I'll get up a bit further up. But the standard is mega. He's mega.
So the first superbike race of the morning here at Wanganui, 2013, the last motor racing event on the calendar for the motorcycles. A man on the inside as you look at it, bike number 5, this is Nick Cole. He set the qualifying standard and he gets away to a good start, but driving down the inside of him, number 1, that's Dennis Charlotte, but it'll be Sloane Chopper Frost on the Fujitsu Red Baron Suzuki that leads them as they go down the short chute and out on the Taupo Key for the first of 6 times. Suzuki in the front, Cole in second place. Then it looks like Scott Moyer has moved up into third place. That's him, bike number 87 on another Suzuki. Just in behind him, Dennis Charlotte. You're on board here with Charlotte as they work their way through the S's and down past Suzuki. And Charlotte's gone down on the first lap of the first race for the Superbikes. He was the points leader going in the Suzuki Series, and he's thrown it all away. And this is to the benefit of this man, number 5, Nick Cole on the Kawasaki. He leads it, Dennis Charlotte scrambling back to his bike. The good news is he's okay, but look at that Suzuki. I don't think he'll be continuing. Haven't seen a red flag yet. It may play into the hands of Dennis Charlotte. The racing continues. Cole leads it, Frost in second place. Then it's Scott Moyer from Taupo. So Kawasaki leading 2 Suzukis. Remember, in the off-season, Sloane Chopper Frost switched from the BMW to the Suzuki New Zealand GSXR 1000. That's him, bike number 4. That's the ex-Andrew Stroud Superbike. This is Dennis Charlotte. He is going again as the leaders come round, so he's thrown away his chances of a win in the Superbikes in the Suzuki Series. On board here with Nick Cole, the race leader, as he passes the stricken Dennis Charlotte up into the Robert Holden turn, down the short chute, and then up into the Higher Master corner, heading up towards the overbridge here. This 1 mile in the old language, 1.59 kilometres of testing circuit here at Wanganui, and already the gap's starting to open out. Scott Moyer just drifting off the pacer here. This is Hayden Fitzgerald. Right in behind him is number 11, the veteran Tony Rees. And there is the superstar. This is the man that everyone's come to see. This is Guy Martin on number G on the Suzuki New Zealand GSXR 1000. Hayden Fitzgerald will be riding 3 classes today, so he'll be very tired by the end of the day. He's riding in the super lights, he's riding in the superbikes, and he's also riding in the classic singles. The man from New Plymouth. Oh, and he's overshot as they come into Suzuki, as they go across the railway line, so it's gone wrong for Fitzgerald as well. So that means that the next target for Guy Martin will be Tony Rees on the Honda. This is the race leader, though. This is Nick Cole. He was just a couple of points off the lead in the series in the Superbikes after Manfield, and now with Dennis Charlotte gone, he is the champion-elect if he can keep it on 2 wheels. Second place, Sloane Chopper Frost. He couldn't keep the Suzuki on 2 wheels at Manfield, and the crash cost him in the points. And then it's Scott Moyer. Moyer could be the fly in the ointment here. Very, very fast around Wanganui on his little F3 bike, and very fast on this Suzuki as well. So Suzuki's running 2nd and 3rd. It's the Kawasaki ZX-10 of Nick Cole out in the front. This is David Hall, bike number 28 from Te Awamutu. Right in behind him, past desert racer extraordinaire, Australia's Phil Lovett on another Kawasaki ZX-10. That's the battle going further down through the field, and a big crash here at the still shot turn number 1. Just a localised yellow at the moment, but the rider struggling to get to his feet as the rest of the field goes through. So the officials will quickly get to that stricken rider. On board here with Nick Cole down past the start-finish line here at Wanganui and slowing down. So the red flags are out. The race has been halted. So that means that Nick Cole will be declared the winner. In second place, it will be Sloane Frost, and in third place, it will be Scott Moyer. And that's the way the officials see it as well. Fourth place goes to Hayden Fitzgerald from Taranaki, and in fifth, it's the veteran Tony Rees, followed by the star of the meeting, Guy Martin. And we can tell you from the officials that the rider that came down was fine. Classic sidecars next here at the Suzuki Series at Wanganui. Well, they weren't on the official program in 1951 at the first race, but they were there from 52 onwards, and they've been a fixture here at Wanganui ever since. The rig to beat is the 242, that is John Blamires and Charlie Bilby, and they are sitting on the front row. Classic sidecars here at Wanganui. Have a look out there for rig number 74, Will Williamson and Julie Loveridge. They may not be at the front of the field, but they certainly are the crowd favourites. We're underway, and it is Blamires and Bilby on the outside, just looking to see if they can make the covering pass. They do as they go into the still shot turn number 1, down the short chute into the Whiskers turn number 2 here at Wanganui, and out onto Taupo Key. This is the fastest part of this 1 mile circuit, and already it is the Masters. And that is Blamires and Charlie Bilby. I can tell you that Charlie Bilby's father is in this field as well. Let's see if we can get a look at him a little bit later on. Number 242, the Motor Guzzi. The Motor Kiwi sponsored rig, that's them in the front. And this has been the dominant classic sidecar here at Wanganui for the last few years. They hold the lap record in classic sidecars. And we've got pretty good conditions here at Wanganui today, so that may just go. 284 through in second place. This is Brian Stent and Tracy Bryan. Tracy doing a great job on the side of the rig. She's the swinger. And then in behind them, it is Rob Hood and Mark Thompson. So the status quo has been reserved here as we go back out onto Taupo Key to complete the second lap of the classic sidecars, brought to you by the Ignition Motor Group. And it is Blamires and Bilby in the front. Charlie Bilby is a fireman here in Wanganui. That's his day job. Let's get a good look there at 850. This is Rob Hood and Mark Thompson. It's a Norton Commando powered sidecar, sponsored by R&R Performance Engineering. And when you consider that some of the technology used in these classic chairs is probably 20 or 30 years of age now, and the times aren't that too dissimilar to what we'd see in the Formula One sidecar. So it's a tribute to Kiwi engineering and the ability of these guys to get the most out of these rigs. Rig number 55, this is Mark Smith and Sid Sutherland from Carterton, 750 Triumph, sponsoring the Just Phones online sponsored rig. And just look how much of a gymnast the swinger has to be. Just counteracting the G-forces, counteracting gravity as they work their way in and out of the Robert Holden turn, and now heading up towards the Pirelli Bridge. Big crowd in, as we always see here at Wanganui. Good conditions, a little bit of a sprinkle of rain early on, but it's come right now as this battle hots up for first and second place. Still Bilby and Blamires, or Blamires and Bilby in the front. Brian Stent, Tracy Bryan in second. Triumph Trident powered rig in second place, sponsored by Motul Oil. But these guys, well, as I said before, they've been dominant in classic sidecars for a long, long time now. Both been around the sidecar scene for a long time, both in F1s and also classics, and they're starting to come into the lap traffic. And it'll be Rick and Dave Dennison that I'll pick up first on their 1962 matchless rig, sponsored by Laser Plumbing of Wanganui. These are Wanganui locals, so they'll be getting a fairly good reception from the big crowd here. Still no change at the front of the field. Still Brian Stent and Tracy Bryan in second place, but they haven't got an answer at the moment for Bilby and Blamires, or Blamires and Bilby. Blamires being the rider, Charlie Bilby being the swinger. Although the lap traffic could have something to say about this, because it looks to me like Stent and Bryan are getting a little bit closer out on the Taupo Key. 2:44. Another one about to be put 1 lap behind Bruce Roberts and Jim Bilby. That is Charlie's father. So 2 generations of Bilbys out on the cemetery circuit here for 2013. Blaymeyers just extending the lead a little bit now from Brian Stent and Tracy Bryan. The Motor Guzzi rig has always had the speed advantage, but it's a great performance coming from Stent and Bryan in the Triumph Trident rig. And they are closing the gap, but they're going to run out of real estate, I would think, as they work their way. And just have a look at Charlie Bilby as he comes up over the Pirelli bridge and down to the finish line this time. So Blaymeyers and Bilby get the win. In second place, it will be Stent and Bryan. Then there's a couple of lap riders in there, and one of those is Charlie Bilby's father, along with Bruce Roberts. And the next one through would be number 316, and that's Rick and Dave Dennison. So third place will go to number 850. That's the Norton Commando rig, just coming over the top of the bridge now, and that's Rob Hood and Mark Thompson. So the official results show you that it is John Blaymeyers and Charlie Bilby with the win. In second place, Brian Stent and Tracy Bryan. And in third place, Rob Hood and Mark Thompson. Fourth place goes to Mark Smith and Sid Sutherland. What is it about this magic little machine? I mean, it's been unbeatable here for, 3-4 years now?
Yeah, I think reliability is a big thing. It just keeps on going, and having plenty of faith in the machine that it's going to behave every time. Well prepped machine, good team. It's and it definitely suits the circuit. It's what it was built for, to go around Wanganui fast. So yeah.
Toby, doing double duties today here at the cemetery circuit, the 600 and the Supermoto. What are you concentrating on more?
But yeah, doing 2 classes, it's not just the physical riding, it's the doing the stuff on the bike, you know. I'm pretty much, my dad's here helping me, but pretty much doing it a lot by myself, so you don't really want to get back on the bike after you've been changing tyres, and then you've got to do it again on the other bike, then you're straight out. But no, it's a great event this, pretty looking forward to it, as long as that watery stuff stays up there.
Well, it is his second season on the F2 600s, brought to you by Pirelli. We're talking about Toby Summers. Have a look at him in the middle of the picture there, number 777. Another good start coming from him. Good start too from Jaden Carrick. Carrick out-qualified Summers, but in race number 1, it was Summers that took the win from Carrick. So these two have been battling it out, and they used to battle it out on the Supermoto bikes as well. And you'll see Toby in those a little bit later on. So Carrick through in second place, and it's Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Honda. And then it looks like Ashley Payne, the Wanganui man on the Suzuki, through in fourth place. Already getting a little bit untidy as he works his way through the Suzuki crossing under the Emmets Bridge and up into Robert Holden. 777, the R&R Power Sports, Yamaha Bike Talk, Summers Plumbers, Yamaha R6. Jaden Carrick, the GJ Gardner's Home Suzuki in second place, and then it is Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Honda in third. So all the major brands represented, because we've got a Kawasaki in there as well, in the form of Seth Devereaux, just further back at the moment. Across the stripe, 1 down and 7 to go for Toby Summers. He led after the first round at Hampton Downs. The second round of the Suzuki Series was at the Manfield Auto Course, and here we are at the final here at the infamous cemetery circuit of Wanganui. 777, Summers on the Yamaha. Carrick gets a little bit closer. Adam Chambers just starting to nip at the back wheel of the Suzuki of Jaden Carrick. That's the first 3 as they work their way through the S's under the bridge, up into Robert Holden once again. Carrick on the GJ Gardner Suzuki, his second full season on the 600 machines. Both the front 2 coming from the Supermoto background, and before that motocross. And Summers has a cheeky look behind just to see where Jaden Carrick is. Carrick is his biggest opposition in the points situation here at Wanganui. Further back through the field, we'll have a look at the battle for 5th and 6th place. Ashley Payne, the local man from Wanganui. Daniel Meadham from Auckland on the Wolfpack Honda. Down the inside into the still turn number 1 goes Meadham, but he runs a little bit wide, and I think Payne will come back at him. No, he can't get the pass done as they go out on the Taupo Key. So great little battles within battles here at the cemetery circuit. Ashley Payne trying to get around or keep Daniel Meadham in behind him. Go on board here with Ray Clee. Ray Clee riding 2 classes. You'll see him on the superbike as well as here on the 600s. as they work their way through the Suzuki crossing. A stricken bike there on the curb. Interesting to see what the officials do about that. Back with the race leader. Toby Summers has extended now. Second has changed though. Adam Chambers, bike number 64. The Wolfpack Honda sponsored man moves into second place now. Carrick goes back into third. There was Ray Clee from the outboard shot. This now the battle for second and third as they work their way down into turn number 1, the Still Shop corner, then the Mars Pet Care turn and out onto Taupo Quay. They will come. So it is Adam Chambers on bike number 64. That is the Wolfpack Honda run by Jamie Rajek. And right in behind him it is Jaden Carrick. So out onto Taupo Quay they go once again, and Carrick just in front of the Honda. That battle, you get the feeling, will last the whole of the race. At the moment, Toby Summers just clearing away from the rest of the field. Second place is Adam Chambers and Jaden Carrick. But a huge field of 600s here. Probably the biggest field we've seen for the last 5 years. And that means that the sport is in good heart. And these 600cc machines, they are a wonderful sport touring machine. Sure, they make a wonderful racing bike, but you can also ride them down to the shops and have a lot of fun on them. Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Yamahas and Hondas are all represented here in the Pirelli-sponsored F2 600 Supersport here at Wanganui. We've got the German visitor here as well, Thomas Kreutz, making his second appearance at Wanganui. He had his first race win at the Manfield round of the Suzuki Series. This man about to have his second race win here at Wanganui. Toby Summers has been the dominant performer in the 600s. He punches the air. He knows he's wrapped up the Suzuki Series title, and he's won again here on the streets of the Cemetery Circuit. In second place it will be Adam Chambers, and in third place it'll be Jaden Carrick on the Suzuki. And that's the way the judges saw it as well. So Toby Summers dominant on the 600, and he wins the Suzuki Series from Adam Chambers in second place, Jaden Carrick in third, then it was Daniel Mettam and Thomas Kreutz, the likeable German, through in fifth place. Well, it is always a quandary, isn't it, what to do with the weather. It's been raining, so tyre choice has become critical. Toby Summers has gone for full wets. Richie Dibbins has got a wet tyre on the front and a slick on the back. Will it be the right combination? They work their way into turn 1. It's Dibbins in the front, Summers in second. Then it's Malachi Mitchell-Thomas. Once again, huge fields here at Wanganui. They're super popular. At one stage, I would have thought that the sidecars were the most popular, but now I think it would belong to the Supermoto riders. Richie Dibbins has spent the New Zealand off-season up in Europe working for the man in third place, and that is Mel Mitchell-Thomas. Toby Summers through in second. Thomas on the R&R Power Sports Yamaha. Behind him, the TM, the Italian machine that we saw David Gozzini race here in Wanganui a few years ago. In fact, Gozzini holds the lap record for Supermoto. That may go today, such as the fierceness of the competition between these two. Richie Dibbins, number 1 on the Honda. 777, Toby Summers on the Yamaha. First and second in the points in Supermoto. And look at Toby Summers down the inside trying to make the pass as they come into the Still Shop turn. You're on board here with Summers. Has he got past Richie Dibbins? I think he might have done. Yes, he did. Down the Wanganui.com straight and into the Mars Pet Care turn. You'll see there's been a change for first and seconds. It's Summers on the Yamaha, Dibbins on the Honda. There we are. We confirm it from the outside shot. Round past Suzuki. The Suzuki crossing they head now. Up into the Nolan Helmets S's. Under the Emmett Bridge they go. And it is Summers in the front. You can see patches of rain still on the circuit here at Wanganui. The weather's been a little bit patchy to say the least, but it hasn't kept the big crowd away and hasn't kept the excitement levels down at all. Into Robert Holden and out into Hooker's Transport turn now. Race leader is Toby Summers. Richie Dibbins in second place. Dibbins doesn't necessarily have to win this race. He's got quite a healthy points advantage in the Suzuki Series. They're on board here with the veteran Mitch Rowe from Taranaki on the KTM. As he chases down one of the Honda riders, in fact passes him as they work their way down the DML Builders Straight and out onto the Mars Pet Care turn. We go back to the front of the field. Dibbins chasing Summers. Just waiting for this next group to go through. It should be the Englishman in there as well. That's Malachi Mitchell-Thomas. There he is, MMT. Just ahead of him, it is the man that finished second in the New Zealand title chase. That's Don Oliver from Fielding. Also on a TM, the Italian-made machine. As I said before, saw David Gozzini race superbly on one of those machines here a few years ago at Wanganui. And now it is a battle of the TMs because the New Zealand second, New Zealand number 2, John Oliver, goes up in front of the Englishman. This is Mitch Rowe, number 5, one of the veterans. Started in motocross years and years ago now. In fact, his daughter is now a New Zealand motocross champion. Such is the dedication of Mitch Rowe from Taranaki. Number 710 in the mix as well. And that is Ben Bauman from Wanganui on the Bauman Bobcats and Diggers Honda. So this battle for the minors really starting to shape up now, and the TM boys going at it like there's no tomorrow. The Englishman who competes regularly on the European Supermoto scene, as we go back to the front of the field, because Richie Dibbins is now knocking on the door of the back bumper, or the back mudguard of Toby Summers. Under the Emmets Bridge they go, heading towards Robert Holden. Can Dibbins pull something special out here? You're on board with the leader, looking back at second place. Wanganui's Richie Dibbins, up the inside he goes. Can he make it stick as they head into the Hookers Transport turn? I think he can. We'll be able to see it here. Yes, he can. Toby Summers looks down at the machine. Has he got a problem? Because already there's daylight between Dibbins and Summers as they work their way down onto the DML Builders straight. Checkered flag comes out, and Dibbins has picked the pocket of Toby Summers, and he's won the second Supermoto race. Brought to you by Harvey World Travel. Richie Dibbins gets the win. In second place it is Toby Summers. He won't be happy with that. And in third place on bike number 11B it is Aidan Brown. Fourth place goes to the Palm, and that's Malachi Mitchell Thomas. And in fifth it is Ben Dowman. How long did it take you to decide what the tyre choice would be?
Yeah, that was a tricky one. I didn't really know what to do with there, but ended up with the wet front and the slick rear, and it seemed to work. So I just decided to pounce on the last lap and got the job done. So pretty happy with that.
It's a good pass too.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sneaky one there. That he sort of held a bit of a defensive line in the inside, so I sort of just squared him up a bit and just had the power, just to get past him, a bit more speed. So.
Race number 2 for the Superbikes, brought to you by Suzuki, the choice of champions. Once again, the man to watch for bike number 5, that is Nick Cole. Down the inside goes number 1, Dennis Charlotte, but out into the front it looks like it'll be bike number 87, and that is Scott Moore from Taupo on the Promoto Suzuki. Sloane Frost moves into second place, then it's Cole. Then we go back to Tony Rees, always a fast starter. Dennis Charlotte in the field, bike number 1. Remember, he is the defending champion of the Suzuki Series, but he crashed out of race number 1, and that gave the points lead to the man sitting in third place at the moment, and that is Nick Cole on the Kawasaki. Cole won round number 1 at Hampton Downs, then had the bad luck to blow his race engine at Manfield. They used the spare bike just to salvage some points here, and now perhaps he's on the cusp of winning the Suzuki Series here at the Cemetery Circuit. Number 5 on the move down the inside of Sloane Frost. Sloane Frost getting a little bit untidy on the Fujitsu Red Baron Suzuki. The ex-Andrew Stroud bike as this huge field of superbikes funnels through. Can't miss the father and son combination of Sophie and Phil Lovett from Australia, although Sophie now living in New Zealand. Frost still holds on to second place. Sloane on the Suzuki this year, moved over from BMW in the New Zealand off-season. So Suzuki's 1 and 2, Kawasaki in third. Then it's the Honda of Tony Rees, the veteran. Came out of retirement a few years ago and then changes allegiance, and down goes Sloane Frost. Well, what happened there? And Frost has disappeared. He's gone under the air fence here as they work their way through the S's. Have a look at it again. Well, he just gets a little bit offline and then he washes the front end out. And the Fujitsu Suzuki takes a hard ride into the air fence, and so too does Sloane Frost. Racing continues. What? No, it doesn't now. The red flag comes out, so the second Superbike race is stopped, and that is because of the accident going through the S's involving Sloane Frost, and there he is, and they still haven't found the rider yet. There's the bike, there's Sloane's dad, and there is a fairly shocked, I would think, Sloane Frost right under the air fence, so the air fence does its job. Restart now, no Sloane Frost, and that is going to hurt his preparations for the National Championship in 2 weeks' time. You're on board here with Dennis Charlotte as he works his way down the DM Builders straight into turn number 1, the still shot corner. Can he get up the inside, or the outside, I should say, of Nick Cole? Look for the Kawasaki to flash down as they turn right here onto Taupo Key. But no, it's the Suzuki of Scott Moyer that fills second place. Charlotte leads it though. This is for redemption. Remember, he crashed out in race number 1. That took him out of the series points lead for the Suzuki Series, but now it's all about pride. And Scott Moyer's pulled the move of the meeting through the Suzuki crossing, and he goes into the front. Down into Robert Holden. They're 2 abreast as they head into the Robert Holden turn. The memorial corner here for the man that's had more wins than anyone else at the Cemetery Circuit, the late, great Robert Holden. Into Hookers Transport curve now, heading for the Pirelli overbridge, and it's the 87 of Scott Moyer. Now he's got to be content with second, because going around the outside of him as they work through the left-hander and down the front straight is Nick Cole. He has owned Wanganui here this weekend. Number 5, Nick Cole. He was cruelly denied last year by the rain. He wants to win the Robert Holden Memorial. That's the feature event here. He won all of the superbike races last year and then was cruelly denied the Holden because of the weather. Is it going to be that way again? He won race number 1. He's in front in race number 2. Then it's Moore. You're on board here with Ray Clee from Kumu on the Suzuki 1000. Ray riding both classes today, but really putting on a good performance here. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th unfolding on your screens as they head down into the Robert Holden turn. Here's the man that's again putting on a sterling performance. This is Hayden Fitzgerald riding 3 classes today. Through the Hookers Transport turn they go once more, out onto the Pirelli Bridge and down the DML Builders front straight. On board here with Ray Clee. Used to build the engines for Andrew Stroud, trying to get up the inside of Hayden Fitzgerald. Can't quite get the pass done as they go down to Wanganui.com straight and out onto Taupo Key once again. There is 87, Scott Moyer. There is Hayden Fitzgerald. Now it is Dennis Charlotte. Then it's Ray Clee, and right in behind him, another one of the veterans back into his very best form, and that is Wakatani's Tony Rees. There he is, bike number 11, a past king of the streets here at Wanganui. So these guys probably reminiscing about the old days, arguing about the top 5 at the moment. Charlotte has seen his championship hopes in the Suzuki Series slip away after he crashed out in round number 1. Ray Clee just gets better lap after lap after lap, and should there be any problems, number 11, Tony Rees, is ready to pick up the dregs. Into turn 1 they go once again. 2 Suzukis leading a Honda. This is a battle for the top 5. Out in the front, still Nick Cole from Scott Moyer. So Ray Clee starting to just edge away here, the veteran from Kumu, past New Zealand Grand Prix winner, past New Zealand TT winner, looking to race again in the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Championships that start in just a fortnight's time in Christchurch with the New Zealand Grand Prix. You're on board here with Clee. And just look at this huge crowd lining every vantage point here at Wanganui. Heading down past the old dog pound and up over the Pirelli Bridge they'll come now to complete yet another lap. This is the race leader, already starting to get amongst the lap traffic. Bike number 69 does a sensible thing and just holds his line. That's Mike King from New Plymouth as Nick Cole comes through. He has been dominant here, has the number 5. Nick Cole out of Hamilton. Well, he probably thought after the Manfield round that maybe his Suzuki Series hopes had gone. But racing is a fickle thing. When Dennis Charlotte crashed out in race number 1, it opened the door to this man. Been racing overseas in the New Zealand off-season on classic motorcycles, but now back on his beloved Red Devil Racing Kawasaki ZX-10, 1000 cc's of pure horsepower. Back with the racing setup, the racing engine in the race bike. Number 5, Nick Cole leads it. A dominant performance here and a victory wheelie as well. In second place it will be Scott Moyer from Taupo on yet another Suzuki, and in third place it will be Hayden Fitzgerald. So a good ride coming from the young man from Taranaki. In behind him it'll be Ray Clee, and then it would be the veteran Tony Rees. Rest of the field funneled through. Still to come for the Superbikes, the Robert Holden Memorial. That's the feature event, and it means that Nick Cole, the winner of this race, will definitely start as the favourite. Second place man Scott Moyer. In third it was Hayden Fitzgerald. Fourth was Kumu's Ray Clee, and in fifth Wakatani's Tony Rees.
We managed to finish every race even if we haven't quite had the right bike, so just shows you've got to be consistent, got to finish, and yeah, to win it today, it's awesome. So yeah, next race Robert Holden, got to win that one now.
We first started back on this rig back in March and done the last 2 rounds of the Nationals and won all the races, 5 out of 5 there, and obviously that's how we got the number 3 plate. And the Tri-Series we were going very well, blew a clutch at Manfield unfortunately, and I think we put us back to 7th, so hey, that's racing though, eh?
One more race to go today. You think you can make it 2 for 2?
Hey, I've never won here on a whole day. I've won a couple of races, I've never won the day. That's my aim. 60th anniversary for sidecars here.
Well, Aaron Lovell has got race 1 in the pocket. This is race number 2 for the F1 sidecars, brought to you by the Quality Inn. Look for number 3, and that is Aaron Lovell and Denny Simonson. You're on board here with Warwick Demick's Further back through the field, a pretty crowded turn number 1 as they work their way down the Wanganui.com short shoot and out onto Taupo Key once again. Number 12, this is Gary and Peter Macefield from Rangiora. They've travelled a long way to be here at Wanganui for Boxing Day, so they've had a Christmas on the road. 29, it is out in the front, and this is the points leaders in the Suzuki Series, Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr, now relocated to Auckland. Right in behind them, their nemesis, Aaron Lovell and Denny Simonson. Simonson last seen at Wanganui swinging for Steve Braun. He's since retired from sidecar racing, and Aaron Lovell back. You heard him say in the interview, 60 years of sidecar racing here at Wanganui at the cemetery circuit, and the cream, they say, rises to the top. Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr doing the job out in the front, bike number 29. They are the Suzuki Series points leaders going into this, the third and final round. Right in behind them, it is Lovell and Simonson, the Goff TWL Elf Oils sponsored LCR. Sidecars have really ramped up in the last couple of years. A lot of the modern Grand Prix rigs coming into being here in New Zealand. They're on board here with Warwick Demmix and Matt Gibbs. Warwick last seen swinging with Dave Annan out of the South Island, out of Christchurch. Just how close they get to the curbs as they go down the Wanganui.com straight. Meantime, at the front of the field, things hotting up just a little bit. Look at Lovell, looking left, looking right, trying to get around Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr. Stu Dorr has a sneaky look behind just to see where they are. Now, they're not allowed to block. It's a little bit like Formula One. You can move maybe once, maybe twice. But after that, the officials have a good long look at it. Here comes the big move down the inside from Lovell. Adam Unsworth to wake up to it, though, just shuts the door as they head up over the Pirelli Bridge once again. These two have cleared away. Sidecars brought to you by the Quality Inn. And quality here on the streets of Wanganui. Down into the Wanganui.com straight. Lovell has to have a rejig of the attack plan because it's Unsworth and Dorr got the advantage as they head out onto Taupo Key once more. And it becomes a straight out drag race. Into the Suzuki crossing they go. Unsworth and Dorr, so many times the victors here at Wanganui, but they've had to play second fiddle to the man in second at the moment. That is the rig of Aaron Lovell and Denny Simonson. Lovell from Hamilton. Down the inside, has he got track position? Oh, they get very close. I'm not too sure if they touched, but it was so close that time. We go back further down through the field, down the DML Builders Straight. This is Warwick Demmix, bike number 49, the LCR, the Source TV Success rig. Just taking a different line as they work their way through the still shop turn. Just trying to pick up a couple of spots. Can't do it at the moment. Further down through the field there, bike number 47. This is Barry Fain and Ida Grimmenbauer from Auckland, the Mobile Built Suzuki. Going down the outside of them is number 16, and this is Bert Walland and Nev Mickelson. Meantime, we're back with the leaders and they're into the lap traffic. Number 98 is going to play a part in this, whether he wants to or not. And that's Rob Pay and Jason Anderson from Tauranga. Meantime, it is still Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr out in the front on the Windle, and right in behind them on the LCR Suzuki, that is Aaron Lovell and Denny Simonson. Lovell and Simonson get a little bit closer now. Saw Stu Dorr have a cheeky look out just to see where second was, and they're as close as you like as they go through the Hookers Transport turn down past the Dog Pound here. Once again, the lap traffic just holding their line, just getting out of the way of the faster boys as they're coming up and over the top of the Pirelli Bridge and down onto the DML Builders Straight once again. If anything, Unsworth and Dorr has just pulled out a little bit of an advantage. Look at the gymnastic qualities of Denny Simonson and also Stewie Dorr doing the swinging on these big new long bikes as they're called. Just as you see in World Grand Prix racing, we've got the best of the sidecars here in New Zealand and the best combination out in the front at the moment. That is Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr, now relocated to Auckland. Hamilton's Aaron Lovell in second place. Further down through the field, the veteran, Chris and Richie Lawrence on the 11, the Yamaha machine. In behind them, rig number 45, Daryl and Scott Dowman, the Wanganui favourites. So they'll be getting a big cheer. So it gets pretty busy further down through the field, but all the action is still up in the front. So the Lawrence boys towing this bunch around, but there are the leaders in the back of the shot. So lap traffic is going to play a part in this one for sure. Aaron Lovell on the inside. Adam Unsworth and Scott Dorr on the outside. And there's been a change, I'm pretty sure. Lovell has got in the front. We'll confirm it. You're on board here with the 49 rig. They had the best seat in the house. That was Warwick Demmix and Matt Gibbs. But I think we've got a change at the front of the field. I think it's the Hamiltonian in the lead now as they work their way under Taupo Key. We will see there the fast disappearing dots at the front of the shot. No, it is still the 29. Unsworth and Dorr hold on to it. Through the Suzuki crossing they go. Number 12, Gary and Peter Macefield. are going to be the next lap runners that they see, and they're going very, very slowly, but here come guys that are doing anything but going slowly. Lovell and Simonson changing lines as they go through the Robert Holden Memorial. Can't get close enough to find the chink in the armour, though, of Adam Dorr and Stu Dorr. Oh, and this contact as they work through into the Hawkers Transport turn. Well, they'll be talking about that in the pits long and hard into the night, I'm sure, and a new race leader in the form of Aaron Lovell and Simonson. Well, you saw from the body language of Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr, they weren't real happy with that. Down to the checkered flag, and it's Lovell gets there. Wow, sidecar racing at its very best at Wanganui. But as they say in horse racing, hold all tickets, because I'm sure there will be talk long into the night about the pass. There was definitely contact through the Hookers Transport turn, but the officials have said that it was all fair and above board, and they've given the win to Aaron Lovell and Denny Simonson. Second place, Adam Unsworth and Stu Dorr. They retained the Suzuki Series Championship, and in third, it was Bert Walland and Nev Mickelson. How would you rate your day?
Oh, actually, it's starting to feel good now. This morning it was just a bit off the pace, and took a while to get going, but no, I'm enjoying it now.
Robert Holden still to come?
Yeah, we'll have a go on that, but we'll just see. If we get a good start, I think we can be up there, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
Well, this is the grand finale, if you like, of the Suzuki Series. This is the Robert Holden Memorial Feature Race. 10 laps, and for the leader, each lap he leads is $100 in cold hard cash. The man to beat has got to be number 5, and that is Nick Cole. You're on board here with Dennis Charlotte as they head down into the still shop turn number 1. And it's Cole that's got away. And I think it's Scott Moore that's moved up into second place, and Tony Rees has got a fantastic start as well. The man that's ridden just about everything around the streets of Wanganui, from Suzuki's to Yamahas to Hondas, now on the Honda Insurance CBR 1000R. David Hall's got a good start too. He's just up ahead of Hayden Fitzgerald. There's Phil Lovett from Australia. His daughter won't be too far away. That's Sophie. There is Guy Martin, and Guy Martin has had pretty much a baptism of fire here at Wanganui, and it's to be expected. He's used to racing much longer circuits than this. I mean, the Isle of Man is something like 32 miles around, not just 1 mile, but he has performed admirably here on the streets of Wanganui. He is very, very popular. The people are queuing for his autograph, and they wait for 2 hours just to get a glimpse of the man with the sideburns. There he is, Guy Martin, the star of the Isle of Man. Just in behind him, one of the first of the 600cc machines, and I got a feeling that that's Daniel Mettam. Meantime, out in the front already, in fact, it's the second of the 600 machines, because there is number 55, and that is Jaden Carrick, and he's on the GJ Gardner's 600 Suzuki, sitting in second place. Tony Rees in third, then it's Hayden Fitzgerald. Number 6, can't speak highly enough of Hayden Fitzgerald. He won the classic races on the matchless. He's won all of the super light races on the SV 650 Suzuki, and here he is in the top 4 of the Robert Holden Memorial, and he's performed with distinction on superbikes as well. And he's got plenty on his mind. His dad, Terry, battling a little bit of ill health at the moment, but he is here and watching, which is great to see. Here is Rees putting the move on Jaden Carrick, and look at the way the back of the bike steps out under braking for Jaden Carrick. Well, he comes from a Supermoto background, so he's certainly used to getting sideways. Tony Rees, though, makes the pass as they go through the Mars Pet Care turn and out onto the Taupo Key once again. You'd expect them to pull away. The 1000cc horsepower advantage showing through the Suzuki crossing they go. Right in behind them it is Hayden Fitzgerald, but a great performance from Jaden Carrick. He couldn't take the 600 title off Toby Summers, but he might be able to steal some glory here in the Robert Holden Memorial. Remember, $100 per lap for every lap led. At the moment, Nick Cole would have pocketed $200 cold hard cash. You're back on board here with Dennis Charlotte, just heading through the Hookers Transport turn and into the Wanganui drainage curves, heading for the Pirelli Bridge they go. This is the battle for the minors. Dennis Charlotte, I'm sure, will already be starting to think about the upcoming National Championships in just 2 weeks' time in his hometown of Christchurch. Down the DML Builders Straight into turn 1, the still shop turn. Down the Wanganui.com straight they come. It is the 11, Tony Rees on the Honda Insurance CBR 1000 Honda New Zealand sponsored machine. Then it's Hayden Fitzgerald on the Suzuki. Just got a glimpse of the race leader. So this is a battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Carrick holding tough on the 600. Best of the 600s. To get into the Robert Holden Memorial race, you have to set some pretty fast lap times, and that's exactly what Jaden Carrick has done, and that's why he's performing up towards the front of this field. The local lad from Wanganui will be cheered on by the thousands of people here. Everyone's got their favourite, and there'll be plenty cheering for number 5, Nick Cole, as he extends his lead here. Is he going to make it the perfect day at Wanganui? There he goes, disappearing out of our shot as we concentrate on the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So having a look there for Adam Chambers, he'd be the second of the 600s. Right in behind him, it is Guy Martin. Also in there, Phil Lovett from Australia. Think Desert Racer Extraordinaire, Enduro star, ISDU Australian star, and now at the ripe old age of 50 plus, onto a superbike, a Kawasaki ZX10. He thanks New Zealand Kawasaki for the help he's had. Ray Clean behind them. Then I think we got a glimpse of Toby Summers coming through as well. No, it's Ashley Payne, the local lad from Wanganui. So another one on the 600. Guy Martin having his best performance here in the Robert Holden Memorial. In fact, he'll probably get better as the laps wind down. He's not used to these short sprint races. Have a look at the helmet of Guy Martin. It's a tribute to the late, great John Britton. If you talk to Guy Martin about John Britton, expect to spend about 20 minutes with him. This is the front runner. This is Nick Cole, all alone as he heads into turn number 1. This is the still shot corner, down the Wanganui.com short chute and out through the Mars Pet Care turn onto the Fuchs Oil front straight. This is Taupo Key. And if anything, Hayden Fitzgerald is starting to close him down. So we could see a battle in the closing stages of the Robert Holden Memorial. As I said to you before, Nick Cole was cruelly denied this race last year when the rains came down and we had to shorten the program. This time we've got through. Yes, there's been rain at Wanganui. Yes, there's been controversy, but there always is. But we get through to the Robert Holden Memorial. Robert Holden, the winningest rider here at Wanganui at the Cemetery Circuit, lost his life tragically at the Isle of Man. You're on board with the race leader over the Pirelli Bridge, down the DML Builders Straight. Big victory wheelie for Nick Cole. He completes the treble here at Wanganui. He won both of the superbike races. He's won the Robert Holden Memorial. In second place it'll be Hayden Fitzgerald, and in third place, what about the performance from Tony Rees from Wakatani? He crosses the line in third, and then in fourth it'll be Jaden Carrick. Next one through would be Adam Chambers, and then it would be Guy Martin, followed by Ray Clee. But the man of the moment, the man of the day here at Boxing Day, bike number 5, the Red Devil Racing Kawasaki, Nick Cole wins the Robert Holden Memorial from a fast-closing Hayden Fitzgerald, and Tony Rees, the veteran, on the podium again.
Mate, this is the one you wanted.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, it's a pretty legendary trophy, and a lot of past and present legends on there. A lot of people I've looked up to when I was growing up, you know. So get on top and get that trophy finally. You know, we got robbed last year a little bit, so that was awesome. You know, to get that Robert Holden and bring it home.